He's not as efficient, and he's going to get tired easier.
Pac-Man comeback? What's going on? Manny Pacquiao is coming back for another fight against Mario Barrios for the WBC Welterweight Championship, I believe. Is that something, or is it just?
I don't know.
Tabloids?
I don't know. I keep laughing about that fight.
Just take into account the last time he stepped foot in that ring, man, against Ugas. You know, he didn't look good. He was outmatched by, a fighter.
Joe Rogan didn't hold back when reacting to the shocking announcement that boxing legend Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring at 46 years old to face Mario Barrios. On a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, the UFC commentator and podcast host expressed serious concern over Pacquiao's return, calling it a risky move that could end badly. Rogan acknowledged Pacquiao's legendary status, but questioned whether the aging icon can still perform at an elite level without risking his health.
Would you want to see Boots versus Barrios? Of course. I like to see Boots just in there, period. But that lets you know how much you need people like Barrios. Because people who got something to lose, or not even something to lose, people who are superstars in their head, don't fight everybody. That's why I say Sean Porter kept the welterweight division alive. He fought them all. Barrios is doing the same thing. You need Barrios. You need people like Barrios, because Barrios will take the fight with Boots.
The upcoming fight between Pacquiao and Barrios is a classic clash of experience versus youth. Pacquiao's wealth of experience and tactical acumen will be tested against Barrios' physical advantages and youthful energy. Barrios' height and reach could pose challenges for Pacquiao, who has faced taller opponents in the past but may find it more difficult at this stage of his career. Pacquiao's journey back to the squared circle has been anything but conventional. After retiring to focus on his political career in the Philippines, he made a brief return in a 2024 exhibition match against Japanese kickboxer Rukia Anpo. Despite a lackluster performance, Pacquiao remains confident, citing his 2019 victory over Keith Thurman and minimal recent ring damage as indicators of his readiness. He stated, "I made history at 40 beating Keith Thurman, and I feel at 45, I have a lot left in the game as I haven't taken a lot of punishment over the last few years."
Pacquiao could possibly face Mario Barrios.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao is 45 years old. What you think of that fight?
Sound like Pacquiao trying to hit a lick, you know what I mean? But Pacquiao not Pacquiao no more. It's tough to go against him in this situation, because if it was some years ago, Pacquiao would beat Barrios. But right now, Barrios, with his momentum, might and beat Pacquiao up. I mean, not knock him out, but beat him on the cards, beat him behind that jab.
Similar to like Ugas, the Ugas fight?
Yeah, like that. It's a good fight, but it's more of a good fight for Barrios. Pacquiao don't need it, but Pacquiao want to come back, and he want to come back with a bang, so, why not? If he can make it happen, make it happen.
Joe Rogan has often praised Manny Pacquiao on his podcast, calling him one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. Rogan admires Pacquiao's explosive speed, work ethic, and humility despite his fame and accomplishments. He's highlighted how Pacquiao started from extreme poverty in the Philippines and rose to become an 8-division world champion, a feat no one else has achieved. Rogan often emphasizes Pacquiao's ability to remain competitive, even against younger opponents late in his career, saying it speaks to his discipline and fighting spirit. George Kambosos Jr., a fellow warrior from the lightweight division and proud Greek Australian, has always looked up to Pacquiao. Kambosos trained with Pacquiao during camps and credits him for shaping his mental toughness and dedication. He has referred to Pacquiao as a living legend and the ultimate warrior, often noting how Pacquiao's relentless style and heart inside the ring are unmatched. Rogan has shared his thoughts on the Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather fight multiple times on his podcast. He expressed disappointment in how the fight turned out, mainly because it didn't live up to the years of hype. Rogan, like many fans, felt the fight happened too late. Both fighters were past their physical prime, especially Pacquiao, who later revealed he was dealing with a shoulder injury during the bout. Rogan praised Mayweather's defensive genius, saying Floyd's ability to shut down Pacquiao's offense and control the pace was masterful, even if it made for a less exciting fight. However, Rogan also sympathized with fans who were expecting a war, not a tactical chess match. He believed Pacquiao's injury and Mayweather's style led to a dull fight that didn't showcase what made both fighters legends in the sport. Overall, Rogan saw the fight as a historic moment, but one that was more about business than boxing. He said that if they fought earlier, in their primes, it could have been a completely different outcome and a far more explosive fight.
And so who are they talking about Pacquiao matching up with next?
He chasing the Mayweather.
Of course.
So
why not?
Right.
Floyd, come on. I know you love money. He was saying that he thinks Floyd's out of money already because he says Floyd spends so much money, he's probably already out of it.
Well, he spend money too. I think
Sure.
Pacquiao spend more money than Floyd on
Really?
everybody else.
Oh, that's right, because he's got like 50 people that he just like has supported. Yeah, I mean he's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like Pat. Even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring.
Kick your ass later.
Different dude.
Right.
Once he steps through that ropes, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like
Yeah.
Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and he just
Ooh,
like,
don't say that. Yeah.
And got crucified.
Yeah, but he's super
I wish you the
religious,
best.
too.
Good luck in the fight.
Good luck in the fight. He's a killer pool player. Did you know that about Pacquiao?
No, I didn't.
Like world class. Like he could play pool professional.
On the Joe Rogan Experience, Terrence Crawford shared candid reflections on his admiration for Manny Pacquiao and the disappointment of a fight that never materialized. Crawford revealed that he had been pursuing a bout with Pacquiao for approximately 5 years, viewing it as a pivotal opportunity to solidify his legacy. He expressed frustration that the match didn't come to fruition, attributing the missed opportunity to promotional decisions aimed at safeguarding Pacquiao's career. Joe Rogan echoed Crawford's sentiments, acknowledging Pacquiao's legendary status while lamenting the politics that often hinder marquee matchups in boxing. Rogan praised Pacquiao's explosive fighting style and his remarkable journey from poverty to becoming an 8-division world champion. He noted that a clash between Crawford and Pacquiao would have been a compelling contest, blending youth and technical prowess with experience and tenacity. Despite the missed opportunity, both Rogan and Crawford recognized the profound impact Pacquiao has had on the sport. Crawford acknowledged Pacquiao's unique accomplishments, including winning titles in 8 weight classes, but suggested that Pacquiao didn't achieve them entirely on his own, reflecting a personal opinion rather than objective criticism. In their discussion, Rogan and Crawford highlighted the complexities of boxing's promotional landscape and the challenges fighters face in securing legacy-defining bouts. Their conversation underscored the respect they hold for Pacquiao's contributions to boxing and the enduring influence of his storied career.
He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like Pat. Even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring.
Kick your ass later.
Different fucking dude.
Right.
Once he steps through that ropes, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
like
Yeah.
Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and he just
Ooh,
like,
don't say that. Yeah.
And got crucified.
Yeah, but he's super
I wish you the
religious,
best.
too.
Good luck in the
Good
fight.
luck. Good luck in the fight.
I already said he's got these T-Rex arms. Everybody's talking about how fast he is. Manny Pacquiao, T-Rex arm. Pop, pop, pop.
Pacquiao. Oh, down goes Thurman! And let me tell you, that was just a quick punch. Pacquiao again, the aggressor. See? Now the response by Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pac-Man.
Mario Barrios, known by his moniker El Azteca, is a 29-year-old American boxer hailing from San Antonio, Texas. Standing at 6 feet tall with a reach of 71 inches, Barrios possesses a physical advantage over many in the welterweight division. He began his professional career in 2013 and quickly made a name for himself with his aggressive style and knockout power. Barrios first gained prominence by capturing the WBA regular super lightweight title in 2019, defeating Juan Jose Velasco with a second-round knockout. However, his most notable achievements came in the welterweight division. In September 2023, Barrios faced Yordenis Ugas, a seasoned Cuban fighter, for the WBC interim welterweight title. Barrios dominated the bout, winning by unanimous decision with scores of 118-107, 118-107, and 117-108. This victory showcased his ability to control distance and utilize his jab effectively. Subsequently, Barrios was elevated to full WBC welterweight champion after Terrence Crawford vacated the title. Barrios' most recent defense was against Abel Ramos in November 2024. The fight was a thrilling contest that ended in a split draw, with one judge scoring it in favor of Barrios and another for Ramos, while the third judge had it even. Both fighters exchanged knockdowns, with Barrios dropping Ramos in the second round and Ramos responding with a knockdown of his own in the sixth. Despite the draw, Barrios retained his title and demonstrated resilience and adaptability in the ring. Eddie Hearn, known for his frank and strategic insights, would likely express intrigue over Manny Pacquiao's decision to fight Mario Barrios, especially given Pacquiao's age and long layoff from the ring. Hearn might praise Pacquiao's legendary status, emphasizing how his speed and experience still pose a threat, even at 46. However, he would also stress the risks involved. Barrios is younger, active, and recently defeated Ugas to win the WBC interim welterweight title. Hearn might question whether Pacquiao is chasing legacy or just staying relevant in a competitive welterweight scene. He could point out that while this bout could draw strong pay-per-view interest, especially among Filipino and Latino fans, it also raises concerns about fighter safety and longevity. Ultimately, Hearn would likely frame the matchup as a fascinating generational clash, a legend trying to defy time versus a rising star seeking a defining win. He might conclude by saying that the boxing world should appreciate Pacquiao's courage, but not overlook the very real possibility that Barrios, with his power and youth, could end the iconic career of one of boxing's greatest.
Pacquiao potentially facing Mario Barrios. What do you think of that fight?
Yeah, I think that, it's a very contentious subject. Like, people moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was. You're not going to be at that age. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like, we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older. So, I guess there's two questions. One is, should he be fighting again? And at the end of the day, if he's good enough to beat everybody outside of the top 20 in the world, then why not? But should he be fighting for the world title? I guess that's another question. In the commercial world of boxing, the answer is yeah, probably. In the ratings world and activity world, the answer is probably not.
Pacquiao's bout against Mario Barrios is more than a comeback. It could be a strategic step toward a high-profile clash with Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Pacquiao has openly expressed interest in facing Davis, stating his willingness to fight at 145 or 147 pounds. He emphasized his experience and readiness, saying, "I can fight anybody, even like Gervonta Davis. I'm not scared of anybody." A victory over Barrios would not only secure the WBC welterweight title for Pacquiao, but also enhance his credibility for a bout against Davis. Barrios, who previously faced Davis in 2021, suffered an 11th round TKO loss after being knocked down 3 times. This shared opponent adds intrigue to a potential Pacquiao-Davis matchup. However, the prospect of Pacquiao facing a prime Davis is contentious. While Pacquiao's experience and legacy are undeniable, Davis's youth and knockout power present significant challenges. If the fight materializes, it would be a compelling narrative of a boxing legend testing his mettle against a rising star.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
Next, cry me a river, man. That's what boxing is. But longer deserve a Canelo fight.
Manny Pacquiao's return to professional boxing at age 46 has sparked discussions about the motivations behind his comeback, with financial considerations being a prominent factor. In past instances, Pacquiao has openly acknowledged that financial needs influenced his decisions to re-enter the ring. For example, in 2016, he stated, "Boxing is my main source of income. I can't rely on my salary as a public official," highlighting the financial responsibilities he bears, including supporting extended family and aiding those in need. Despite earning substantial sums throughout his career, including a reported $120 million from his 2015 bout against Floyd Mayweather, Pacquiao's generous nature and philanthropic endeavors have led to significant expenditures. His former promoter, Bob Arum, noted that Pacquiao's habit of funding projects like hospitals and schools out of his own pocket could strain his finances over time. Additionally, legal challenges have impacted Pacquiao's financial standing. In 2023, he faced a lawsuit from Paradigm Sports Management, resulting in an $8 million judgment against him, which was later overturned in 2024. While Pacquiao has denied being financially broke, asserting that his earnings and business ventures have secured his family's future, The combination of his charitable commitments, legal expenses, and the costs associated with political campaigns may have influenced his decision to return to boxing. Manny Pacquiao's prime years were arguably during his tenure in the 140, 100, and 47-pound weight classes, where he delivered some of his most memorable performances. This period also intensified the anticipation for a potential showdown with Floyd Mayweather Jr., as both fighters were at the pinnacle of their careers within the same weight division. Max Kellerman, a respected boxing analyst, has often highlighted Pacquiao's remarkable achievements across multiple weight classes. While Kellerman acknowledged Mayweather's natural size advantage and technical prowess, he emphasized Pacquiao's unique ability to ascend through weight divisions and remain competitive at the highest levels. Kellerman posited that Pacquiao's success in higher weight classes, despite being naturally smaller, bolstered his case as one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters in boxing history.
He also has a case for greatest fighter, pound for pound, who ever lived. Think about, by the way, I don't think he wins that argument. Sugar Ray Robinson is safely ensconced in that position. But Henry Armstrong, Muhammad Ali, Harry Greb, Sam Langford, Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, whoever else you want to mention, put Pacquiao's resume up to those guys. Bill James, the great baseball sabermetrician, had a way of ranking baseball players that I came across as a kid and thought, that's really smart. You have to rank them at their best and then also over the course of their careers. Because when you have that argument, are you talking about who accomplished the most or what heights did they reach? What peak did they reach? Take either for Pacquiao. Take his peak. Was it at 140 pounds when he obliterated Ricky Hatton, Miguel Cotto, and then Oscar De La Hoya, though that was at 147? Was that Pacquiao's peak? Because remember, that's when the Mayweather-Pacquiao hype actually reached fever pitch. Oh my God, these are two of the best fighters we've ever seen, and they're both in their primes.
The World Boxing Council has sanctioned Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring at age 46, allowing him to challenge Mario Barrios for the welterweight title. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman confirmed that Pacquiao has been medically cleared and licensed in Nevada, fulfilling the necessary requirements for title contention. Suleiman cited WBC regulations that permit distinguished former champions to request a title fight upon returning from retirement, referencing Sugar Ray Leonard's comeback as a precedent. In 1987, Sugar Ray Leonard returned from a nearly 3-year hiatus to face Marvin Hagler for the middleweight championship, a bout he won by split decision. This historical example underscores the WBC's policy of accommodating legendary fighters seeking to reclaim glory. While some critics question the decision to grant Pacquiao an immediate title shot, the WBC's stance is rooted in its established rules and the precedent set by past champions. Suleiman emphasized that Pacquiao's credentials and commitment to the sport justify this opportunity. The upcoming bout not only honors Pacquiao's storied career, but also adds intrigue to the welterweight division, as fans anticipate whether the boxing icon can once again ascend to championship status.
Mario Barrios is the WBC champion, so who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. That's a tremendous fight. There's a final elimination taking place in North Africa, New Guinea with Chisoko, and there's just many interests in the division. It's a great weight category.
I didn't know about Manny Pacquiao, so is this something is it out there? I've not seen anything about this.
Yes, it was released, PBC. Manny Pacquiao first title was the flyweight WBC, and he wants to retire as WBC champion.
Pacquiao's decision to return to professional boxing follows a period of political engagement, including a campaign for the Philippine Senate. His advisor, Sean Gibbons, confirmed that Pacquiao aims to conclude his illustrious career by reclaiming the WBC title, emphasizing the sentimental value of the belt that marked the beginning of his ascent in boxing. The anticipated bout is expected to take place in Las Vegas, with venues like the T-Mobile Arena or MGM Grand being considered. While the exact date and venue are yet to be finalized, the fight is projected for late July 2025, following the conclusion of Pacquiao's political commitments. This comeback has sparked discussions in the boxing community, with fans and analysts debating the implications of a 46-year-old Pacquiao returning to challenge a younger, active champion. Nonetheless, Pacquiao remains confident, citing his experience and the relatively low amount of punishment he has taken in recent years as factors that could contribute to a successful return. Despite a spirited effort in the final round, the bout concluded without a knockout, resulting in a draw. Pacquiao later admitted he was only at 60% form and had not trained adequately for the match. His advisor, Sean Gibbons, attributed the underwhelming performance to underpreparedness, noting that Pacquiao didn't come in at 100% and was lackadaisical.
Is bigger than me. It's too big for me, and the floor mat is different to boxing because in boxing just a little bit, but in MMA like so it's hard to move with shoes. So, but it's good. Good experience. We give a good action fight to the fans. Elbow is about my backhead is like is swelling a little bit because his elbow, like when he punch, like he can move, he can punch. The thing is he can be a boxer. He can be a boxer, but in his weight division, there's a lot of also a good fighter in his weight division, like a bigger guy. It's that's right. It's really surprising to me that
What are your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.